Rhea story. Maybe changing uh, the structure of this epic story. Epic in that it reached, I don't know, 200 and whatever chapter. Too much. The idea would be at the end to return and make a shorter and shorter and shorter version until I say in 5 minutes what happened, if it's worth it. Like in that story with the king who um, said to some scholars, some wise men, were three wise men, Monty Python, Life of Brian. He said, well, make me a book. No, not a book. He said, I want to know what was important in the past. I forget some of the background to this. I mean, what the subject was. Was it philosophy? He wanted the meaning of life explained to him. Was it history? Maybe a mixture of both. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But anyway, in that story, they have a few camels and I don't know, 100 books with this subject. And, well, I don't have the time to. I'm busy. I'm fighting wars. Bring a shorter version. And they keep coming with a shorter version. They write one book, but the king is old now, so he says, no, you have to. I'm dying soon. So, on the deathbed, it's such a work of concentrating everything that they say a phrase which even this escapes me, but I think it's something like they suffered, they lived and they suffered, or something like that. One sentence. The message here being, I need to get to that to try and extract a meaning. That's what I'm proposing to do before moving on to the chapters of Rishnov, of maybe this fighting with this crazy neighborhood here and the present, and then moving on to the shorter, hopefully, inshallah, more decent story of what happened, and again, maybe eventually, God willing, move on to something fictional and worthwhile. Who knows? So far, I'm trying the Malcolm Gladwell advice given in Outliers. If one is working 3 hours a day on a subject, training, physical exercise, whatever, something he's passionate about, at the end of 3 years of this kind of practice or exercise, he can be one of the best in the world. That's 10,000 hours over a period of 10 years. I'm not doing 3 hours of work, so it may take 100 years, and I'm obviously joking, but I do hope that with some exercise, if I think about some subjects, maybe I get at one point some brilliant ideas. Who knows? But in this stage between the end of the affair with the travel industry in its organized form in an office and marriage in some other years, I'm thinking to try and reflect upon what happened, to see what I did wrong. I was too much a humanizer in periods. It's true, I tried to explain in previous chapters to myself. It's an effort to try to understand myself, and maybe no one out there interested, but I pretend I have an interlocutor. Since I don't have one, I don't have any friends left. And my wife is not interested in this in any way. To be mischievous now, she's mean to me. This morning again, she had that attitude by which quite often she seems to mean that whatever I say she knows, and it's useless, and uh, I disagree with that. Some guys came to play football again here after so many years. It was explained, well, listen, we don't have a football field here. If you want, there's a 10-minute walk, and there's a field huge, because we're at the limit of the city. And you can play there, or ride a bicycle, or do whatever, or play football. There are 100 houses here, there are 30 of you. Play next to one of your houses, if that's fine. But as it happens, they play next to none of these houses. The parents say, it's fine, and young, they curse a lot, fuck, pussy, whatever, penis, motherfucker, whatever. Young people do that, and they shout, they scream. It happens. Alright, next to your house, if it's fine, if it's okay. But no, they don't. They just come. And then I said again, my spouse was like, I was the one breaking the rules. Maybe I'm negative, I'm a fault finder at times, and I need to be a merit finder. Or else why the hell do I read positive psychology? Well, I'm trying. So let's see if this works. If a few chapters of reflection may help and bring about a more positive outcome, inshallah, again.